This is the area that has been missing in my life. I have not been good at training others to train others. Making disciples that make disciples. And so Luke chapter 14, just a few pages forward, Luke chapter 14, and we're closing here, I promise you. Luke chapter 14, we're going to start at verse 25. I'm going to read through this and then we're out of here. Luke chapter 14, verse 25, because we all said it's our responsibility to make disciples. And we all said, all of us except for one, said, I'm not doing a great job right now. And some of us even received some training, but that training we're not putting into practice. Yo, if you received some training, all of those hands, if your hand went up and said, I received training, and you saw the hands that didn't receive training, we need you to do some training. All right? So, Luke chapter 14, verses 25 to 35. The cost of discipleship. Now great crowds accompanied him, and he turned and said to them, if anyone comes to me and does not hate his own father and mother and wife and children and brothers and sisters, yes, even his own life, he cannot be my disciple. Understand, for Jesus to call us to hate our loved ones would not be compatible, right, with the rest of his teaching. This would be a contradiction, right? But if we understand this as hyperbole, basically saying your love and your commitment to me should make all others, every other relationship in your life, look like you hate that person. Okay? Don't hate them. But your obedience to me, your allegiance to me must be above everything. And that's how when the one dude came out to follow Jesus, he was like, yo, hold up, Jesus, I want to come, but let me first go bury my dad. And he was like, yo, let the dead bury the dead. You follow me. Verse 26. If anyone comes to me, verse 28, right? 27. Okay, thank you. Thank you, guys. See, y'all with me? Appreciate y'all. Whoever does not bear his own cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. For which of you, desiring to build a tower, does not first sit down and count the cost, whether he has enough to complete it? Otherwise, when he has laid a foundation and is not able to finish, all who see it begin to mock him, saying, this man began to build and was not able to finish. Or what king going out will encounter another king in war, will not sit down first and deliberate whether he is able with 10,000 to meet him who comes out against him with 20,000? And if not, while the other is yet a great way off, he sends a delegation and asks for terms of peace. So therefore, any of you who does not renounce all that he has cannot be my disciple. Understand, as a disciple, we are not signing people up for a get-out-of-hell-free ticket. We're signing people up to come under the authority of King Jesus, to live in the kingdom of God, and operate according to his word. We're talking about obeying the ruler of the universe, not he comes to obey you. Making disciples. So the crazy thing here in verse 33, when he said, so therefore, any one of you who does not renounce all that he has cannot be my disciple. Well, I have this little note here, and it just says, I heard this on Wednesday. Faith, right? Obedience to Christ is immediate, radical, and costly. To follow Jesus, it's going to cost you. The question is the price worth the pain? Verse 34 and 35, salt is good. Remember I said you guys might not like me. Salt is good, but if salt has lost its taste, how shall its saltiness be restored? It is of no use either for the soil or for the manure pile. It is thrown away. He who has ears to hear, let him hear. If a disciple isn't living like a disciple, and part of living like a disciple is making disciples, then that disciple becomes like salt that has lost its saltiness. That disciple becomes like useless. That sucks to hear. But I believe in this time, God is equipping us. Right now, he's pouring into us because he has assignments for us to do together. Making disciples that make disciples. The prize of the gospel is not getting your life fixed. It's not about you at all. The prize is that we get to know God, and we must obey Christ. If not, he says we're a worthless follower. Jeez. So you can thank Curtis Sargent for this. You can look him up online and send him an email like, dude, I don't like you because of this training.